Hey guys, what up? What up? Sorry about that. We had some stuff happen as soon as I click go live, so that's go figure, eh? Um, Today we're just going to be keeping it light, going to be farming a bit. I have kind of decided what my next build is going to be, and we are going to start working towards it this week. I don't know when I know I exactly have enough currency, which I kind of probably do, but it does entail selling off, like liquidating my current RF character. So that effectively means that whenever I make the decision to start leveling my next character is when is at the end of this character's life cycle, basically. I'm still kind of undecided if I should make a video on this. I probably will. Have I not? Okay, yeah. What, live on YouTube? I probably will make a video on this build, the RF, not because I want to make a guide out of it, but more so just to talk about how the experience has been so far. Because in some ways I've been impressed, and in some ways I've been disappointed. One of the ways I've been impressed is the single target damage. I expected it to be worse than it currently is, but honestly, it's not bad. Ways I was disappointed is it seems kind of buggy on maps that have different points of elevation. I don't fully know what about that is like still buggy, but like sometimes they be right beside you. You would think, oh, you're the same elevation or something, and you're just not taking damage. And I still don't fully understand the why, but yeah. There are also things I know I could definitely improve on this version if I wanted to have like better clear, for example.
Well, that's one down.
I think another thing I was very impressed by is the active skill. Holy, what is that damage? Jesus. Okay, what is this lag? All right, where were we? But yeah, I was very impressed by the active skill on RF. Very impressed. I didn't think it'd be as good as it quite is. I figured we, like RF Imperial 1, we would have to use a different skill for a single target, but pleasantly surprised that that is not the case, and we only need RF. That being said, let's click this. That being said, I don't quite like what they did with the AoE. Unlike RF, like you see RF and you might think it's a big AoE, and in some ways it is, but in some ways it isn't. So to understand what I mean, we kind of have to go into how RF functions as a skill. And how it functions is really it's a pretty small AoE, but when you get more ravens, you get a very big multiplier on your AoE. Why this is important to note is because your base AoE is small. There's a multiplier, but it is small. So that means for every source of increased AoE you get, every source of scaling, it's giving you increase based off of that, you know, the base. So it gets very hard to take it, like, you know, you essentially can't really make it screen wide, which it's of course by intention, but it's also kind of disappointing that you can't, that if you really wanted to like just go full AoE, you really can't. Like, you're not going to get huge AoE because, and I can actually show you the base AoE, the thing that you're actually increasing, that every set of increased AoE you get is scaling off of, is this guy. And that thing I was very impressed is how effective Withering Presence is, specifically Gemling. Simply because I knew it was going to be very good. It stacks very quickly. It did not disappoint in that regard. Very happy about that. How good is the high budget RF Gemling? Compared to other more efficient setups, it's not good. The performance you get per budget, it's not efficient. But if it's just based off of its performance and how it's done, it's performing pretty good. I don't think there's any content that I would want to do that I can't do with the RF Gemling. So that is already a big step up from what I expected to be the case when I went in, which is I just thought I wouldn't be able to do certain boss fights, for example. I thought Ziri would be a pain, but no, I actually just one shot at Ziri. Not quite one shot, but like she's dead in 5 seconds or something. Like she doesn't last any amount of time. So long as she doesn't walk out of range of my active, which is pretty easy to keep her in, to be fair. And another thing that was initially, I won't say that initially bothered me, but like actually turned out to be a non-issue. Ooh, yoink. Was when I first started. This is my first time playing with Gloam Gown, which for those that don't know, it's this chest piece that makes it so ES recharge is giga fast, but then your charge delay starts at 10 seconds. So you can get faster, faster rates or faster start of ES recovery and all of that to scale it down from 10 seconds to like 5, 4, whatever. But baseline is 10 seconds. So going in, I thought that would feel very clunky, but it really isn't. Like it's way more seamless than I expected it to be. But the only thing is I can't just turn my brain off and play. Well, I can. It's just, again, it's a different setup. I'll talk a bit more about that. So what I mean is, if I'm just playing around, I have to throw offerings randomly. I have this offering that should always be active and I can just throw whenever. And that makes it so minions are always reviving. And when minions always reviving, I could be in the middle of combat taking big damage. All of a sudden I just get like really a shit on like all my ES back as I am fighting. Doesn't matter with like if it feels like convalescence without the convalescence cooldown, which feels very, very nice. The downside, however, we'll take this one. The downside though of the playstyle is I can't just walk around all willy-nilly, not think about. I have to kind of know that in the next few seconds my ES recharge will start, and I can't make it start right now unless I use convalescence, which we have for that specific reason. If I ever just forget and I don't plan ahead and I don't kill my minions or whatever, and I don't have anybody respawning, I can just do that. Okay, I can just do that instead and I'm safe. But unlike something like, let's say, a regular ES build with Varashta, where you just stop taking damage and in like 3 seconds, actually like 2 point something seconds or 1 point something seconds, your ES starts. So you'd really, for the most part, this looks kind of cool. But you really, for the most part, with Varashta, all you have to do is stop taking damage. You can go, full brain fart moments, not really thinking, and you still end up living because the actual charge rate isn't bad. All this to say, hasn't been bad using Gloam Gown. I don't like that this always, like, this is the second time it's doing that, where it looks like I can walk through, but there's really just a gap in the wall. But there's really no gap in the wall, rather. Now this map probably has modifiers that are making them slightly tankier, which is why they're lasting as long as they are. But other than that, if I really wanted, and why I think this I could improve on my current setup, is if I were using Blasphemy Despair right now, that would reduce my single target damage. But by reducing my single target damage, I take up my clear speed by a lot. So like all these mobs that barely, like, you know, they died not too long after I get into range, but like they're still enough to stop my sprint. If I had Despair on Blasphemy, they would insta die. Like they would literally just die, which means I can spend more time sprinting and it would make the clear feel a lot better. Again, worse single target but better clear, which is I think where RF shines. So you really want your clear feeling as good as it can. I'm not willing to invest more into the build because I do know where I would invest more into the build and make it feel even better. Easy places that would call for investment right now include my amulets. Getting one with spirits, getting an amulet with spirits, really good. Wait, what are we doing here? It would realistically be the difference in, thank you. Who did you get into? Are you going for the... Oh, this is another disadvantage. You kind of have to wait for CD if you place this and they're not in, the person you're trying to kill is not in there. Sup, Hollow Edge, how you doing? All right. Excited for the next PoE League? They dropped the name over the weekend. For those that don't know. Are you going I2 or I1? You see, dear Hollow Edge, I too would like to know the answer to that question because I don't actually know. I would like to do I1 because I1 scales better with Origin, but like I2 is just way better in mobility. So I'm just like, but I2 though, like you know, it's hard to compete with mobility, and I think that is something that, as much as I really enjoy I1, that is something that she just gets hard gapped on, and there really is no solution to it. Like the biggest solution would be going elixir scaling, but like there really isn't a good way to scale elixir on what I want to do. You know, it's such a sad position to be in. So I2 then, I don't know yet. Like I said, I haven't decided. I still might very well might go I1 and just take the reduction in mobility, but undecided. Like I find the concept of problem solving on I1, you know, more appealing. Like I actually think I would enjoy problem solving on that one more. So I think the whole build process will be more fun for me. But as a result of the reduced mobility, you know, my farming power is going to be a lot lower. And unlike last season, where I had Frost Magi, I'm going Fire Magi this league. And because I'm going Fire Magi, I have no reason... Oh god. I have zero reason to actually... what do you call it? I have no reason to scale cooldown reduction, which means I can't really spam blink the same way I was last season. which is definitely a disadvantage. So even the mobility that I had last season that I felt was not quite enough, that mobility, yeah, we're going to have even less of it this league. And I just need to find a solution for that. If I can think of a solution before launch, then by all means I might. Because I'm pretty sure modules don't give... Do they give MS in any capacity? Because like if they give MS... Now my module mods are kind of also just tight. I plan on using injury buffer if I can and certain other things. I don't know. Return to I2. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not possible. It's very possible that I do I2. You're here to kill me, aren't you? Because like realistically, I won't let you. Oh god, that is a lot of. Why did all that ES go for?
Another pig for the pens.
I think they are built very similarly, so that's a good part. They're built very similarly, so I think I'll have fun decking out both of them. I1 will go ES, and I do plan on going Frost Magi Origin stacking, so like I'll have a good chunk of regen coming from that. Now for I2, I'd be live because why not? I'd be aura stacking regardless of I2 or I1 this season, so we're going Lone Walker. This effectively means that I can go live for ES and I'd be fine. If I wasn't aura stacking, then life would be -1 aura, which wouldn't be great. But because I am aura stacking, I should be able to fit it eventually without reserving life anyways. So yeah, still very, very undecided. That mobility just is really good, but the offensive power of Iris 1, I basically just decided it is going to all depend on what goes core in from this current season. That is going to be the deciding factor. If Nature's Party goes core as is, which I doubt it will, but if it does, then I will do I1. If Nature's Party is nerfed, I will do I2. And the only reason I would do I1 with Nature's Party is Nature's Party is so strong. I really ooh, one divine. I really enjoyed Nature's Party. Like I don't think I can overestimate how much I enjoyed it. So, or overstate how much I enjoy Nature's Party. And I think it's going to be very, very strong for... It's going to be really strong for my next setup as well. I.e. Fire Magi's would really want Nature's Party.
Oh, I do love a good explosion. Well, that's one down.
Think that reminds me, I should update my filter. I don't think I've done it in a bit. Holy, I knew I should have done that. I was like, I don't know what's happening, but I should click convalescence, and I didn't. Ate shit for it.
Oh, you stink!
Especially while I was waiting for this, I should have clicked convalescence. I just lost my limbs for no reason. So that is on me. Because that was very, very avoidable. This is a less CDR map, I think. I'm also not the biggest fan of how much modifiers. Oh, 5 chaoses? Nice. I'm not a big fan of how much modifiers could affect this build. Like the start, like it's very modifier dependent, I guess. Certain mods, they don't break it, they just make it less comfortable to run. Like less CDR, you feel it.
All in a day's work.
Because all of a sudden your active skill is taking way longer to come off cooldown, and you need it for a single target. So like you can tell when certain maps are on. Because it's a dot that doesn't do like insane damage, you also can tell when they have tanky mobs, which is fine. It's not a big deal, but you can kind of feel it too. And then what is that mod that I know kind of annoys me? Reduced curse effect. Which this way does this one have reduced curse effect? Now that I think about it, things around me ain't that slow, so yeah, I think it actually does. Minus 66%. That doesn't even look like it's a lot of reduced curse effect, if I'm being honest. I don't think it has reduced curse effect, does it? Is there a universe it does? Not that I can see, at least. But things don't seem to be moving as slow as I kind of expect them to.
Easy.
Okay.
All right, let the blasting continue. Play some more of this before division.
Have you gotten the build up and running? Or the setup or something? Wait, what did you want to spend money on?
I wanted to spend money on a headhunter and a Rakiata, and I didn't want to wait for my mage buff to sell.
Did it sell?
I forgot. No, but I also changed my mind because I actually had enough money for both, just from selling the Dialas.
Lol.
So because I could sell the Dialas and be able to afford both, now I have a. I was like, yeah, maybe I realized I don't want to do headhunter, and I'd rather not.
Lol.
Have to rebuy, so. Which I don't mind.
Ooh.
Bloody bloody beautiful.
I'd love to go fork next. Gonna need like 700 div though.
Fork?
That'll probably be my next upgrade. Yeah.
Oh. Weapon. So you mean like fork the mechanic? I'm pretty sure it can't, like, arc can't fork in chain, but I don't know about fork. But yeah,
I mean, it would
I
fork
get
with
you.
Snake Pit though, right?
What'd you say?
It would fork with Snake Pit though, right?
It won't. It's not a projectile.
Huh? That's projectile tag.
It's I don't remember arc being a projectile. Does it say it shoots a project?
Let's just say one projectile that chains, right?
Um,
Oh, yeah,
like
actually projectile.
like from the storm mages, they don't shoot a projectile.
Interesting. Yeah, it's a projectile for us. People that, you know.
It has projectile tag, but I don't think it's a projectile.
I mean, I literally scale per odds speed.
And that works. I mean, it should, I guess, because it's projectile tag.
Are they really that different? Between that and the minion arc? I thought they were basically the same thing.
Oh no, they're not.
Holy.
But let me see. Storm mages. They don't have the projectile tag on their skill, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's no projectile. Where is it? They don't have projectile tag, but they are also arc. So I guess there are two different versions of arc.
Now we know.
Mm-hmm. I actually got the same type of arc, but I guess I've seen yours play, so I kind of figured that could be a projectile, but also that it wouldn't be a projectile. It just looks like a projectile. But kind of interesting that they're that different. Wouldn't have expected it.
I'm actually very surprised.
Vile creature.
Because the one for the mages, they can chain, but they're not a projectile. They can't do anything else. Oh god, what the fuck is this essence?
Another notch on me helmet.
Masterwork rune.
Yep, here we won League launch off.
Do I have it off? No.
Same shit.
I'm just going to hope I don't have much work that afternoon. And maybe I'll try to take off the Tuesday. But that's about it. I do not have it off, no. Sadly. What are your plans for it? You taking it off?
No, because I'm hoarding time. I only have so many days.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Which is why I'm probably going to use it as a sick day personally, because like I'm just like, yeah, I mean, they don't need to know what I'm doing on my sick day. But that's for the Tuesday, not for the Friday.
Tuesday. What's happening on the Tuesday?
It's the final day to get whatever build I'm going up and running and have the final build updates. You know. I find if I go Friday to Monday, it's not, by the time I leave off on Monday, I'm still like on the mid to low budget. Well, that Tuesday is enough time to get me to, typically enough time to get me to high budget, or at least to very well into the mid to high, which is a decent place to stop the daily updates essentially. And my internet cut out. Yeah, I did.
Makes sense.
Okay, I'm back. But yeah,
Easy.
it's just the way it's panned out the last season. I feel like that's how I felt in the last 2 league launches, and I feel like the last 2 league launches were TLI and PoE 2, but I don't fully remember if I've done a PoE 1. I think I did on Mirage, and I think that felt nice. I think that was the first league launch I tried it on, but I don't fully remember. Actually, no, Mirage might have been the league where I did it, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of behind where I wanted to be on this setup. I think that was more Mirage, because I was doing Domblo, and I remember the first week of Domblo, I did feel like I was a bit behind by the time the weekend came in, because I didn't have that much grinding time during the week. So I think that's what happened.
Rough out here.
Yeah, but if I get that extra 1 day, it might not seem like much, but it actually is a lot. So we'll see.
Rage.
I mean, it's a sick day, so I can always just not take it. Worst case scenario.
My time has come. Now you die.
Pretty much the rest of the year, I'm not. CL 6.
What's that?
I just said for the rest of the year, for me, it's like CL at 6 vibes.
Oh. For league launches, you mean?
Yeah, I don't think I've even taken 1 league launch yet.
Yeah, I think you have.
Wish I could.
Surely next year, right? Ooh, Divine.
Now that I have a better understanding how the system works, probably. I'll plan certain ones for sure. 1.0 for sure if it happens. I don't see 1.0 happening. I mean, I guess if it happens in December.
Yes, this year.
But it can't be November, so it's like, okay, I guess it happens in December then.
It won't be November, it'll be December, because they don't like they are more against January launches, and they really like that Christmas, you know, they like getting their Christmas bread. So I think it's going to be in December.
Yeah.
Strike before it slips away. Ready to hunt.
Ooh, level 20 skill jam. And an eye level 80 zone. Nice. I think that this is my first one in eye level 80. Oh my goodness. You know something I just remembered that's going to be so fucking pain.
What?
My next build, the one I was POBing. It will be 6 league until level 90.
Yes.
Like it wasn't paid enough before.
Oh, man.
Ah,
I step back.
holy. See why I keep complaining about this shit? So, for those that don't know.
I don't hate it on the league start scenario, but yeah, I wouldn't probably I wouldn't play another build late in the league that had to happen.
Like imagine what going hollow form now. Now for the first.
Like it's broken enough, but your skill isn't broken enough. Hollow form is broken enough that yeah, you can chill on your 5 link till you're ready.
Yeah, that one is strong enough that you wouldn't mind it from a damage point of view, but like you still know you don't have that link. And what if that link, like for me, that link is just the link, the skill itself is already on it's barely good enough in the optimal version, I would say. Then you just want to take away a full like 25% more damage multi from it. Like, okay, I don't know how that's supposed to work, but okay, I guess. I think I'll just level up with I'll do what I did on my Gemling, which is go for some pretty strong damages, extra chaos rings, scale a bit of presence AoE, go what's your face? Storm mages, and use that to cruise through the starts, which means I'll have to be scaling minion AoE. Oh, by the way, because I know I haven't mentioned this yet, the build I have been, and this is a new from this weekend, I just thought about it and I was like, fuck it, why not? Is what is likely going to be my next build is going to be a Smith. Now, you might be wondering why Smith. I mean, Smith is the only ascendancy I can find the minion that I'm going to be playing, which is Manifest Weapon. It is going to be a don't try this at home type of build. I don't expect it to be anything insane. I think it's going to be bad, straight up, going into it. But why I think I want to league start it, or not league start, why I think I want to play it rather, is I haven't before. And at this point of the league where I actually do have a bit of currency, I can see a point with enough investment that is not absolute ass. And so long as I can see that point that is not absolute ass, maybe I can make it doable. Because like at this point in the league, I'm not like I'm clearing these maps not because I'm actively farming for my next upgrade, or I'm having fun playing the game, so I'm playing the game. But I think I have enough currency to make the builds I want to make work. And as such, I'm not like in a hurry. Like I have like 8 citadels I haven't done. Not even like citadels, halls. Like patriarch halls, matriarch halls. I have like 8 of them just not done. I have like 5 cores in my stash I haven't sold. I have there's a lot. But I'm just like, yeah. I'm not playing for the Giga farm, which is why I'm just doing temple, not on as much as well. So all this to say, I kind of want to play around with more niche skills that I would typically maybe not fancy to play, because I do still have, how long is it till TLI launch? A week? 2 weeks. Still have 2 weeks before then, so we got time to kill. Cause like when I left you guys on, was it Friday or Thursday? I don't remember which day. The last day I streamed, the fuck is that? The fuck is that sound? Holy, my AC unit, I think, or something. I don't know what that was. If I had to guess, it's the AC unit in any case. Anyways, when I left you guys last, I was thinking about brutes, but the reason I didn't really start actually POBing, or like, you know, putting pen to paper, for lack of, you know, better words for that, is I just wasn't excited about it enough. I think like it's something I have done before. I would be scaling more AoE, there'd be more access to stun, all these things, but it was already at a point where I would consider it a success in its previous iteration, you know. So while I could play that one to see how it feels now, it would be less I really want to experience this. I'm more, yeah, I feel strong again, and this is better than it was before. Let me feel the difference of how much better it is now. Does that make sense? And because I'm not really farming for currency, I'm just farming to play the game. I'd rather just play things I can experience, quote unquote. I think that's the best way I can describe it now. Which is why we ended up sending the RF even with its lower efficiency for per performance, whatever, you know. Because like on a regular league, I'm trying to be competitive. I'm not going to roll RF. I'm not going to roll manifest weapons. But because I'm no longer trying to be competitive, I feel empowered to do all these other things. If that makes sense.
Simple enough.
What's that?
Uh,
As Arcane likes to say, we've hit our sandbox era. We're enjoying the sandbox for what it is. I think the things on my current character I can sell for currency. The things on my next character I feel like are going to be a lot more niche. So like those are not going to have as much resale value, especially those jewels. I think like the jewels specifically are going to be they're going to be big money sinks. But I guess if I enjoy the build enough, it will pay for itself. And if I don't, we go back to Wyvern, I guess. Which is why I haven't actually, to this day, I still haven't liquidated my Wyvern. I haven't liquidated any of the builds I've run this season. I still have my Spirit Walker for the most part. This is the only build I'm going to liquidate because of how expensive it actually was. Because, like I said before, this is the only build I spent like 800 divines on. The others that like my Wyvern didn't see half as much currency being spent on it. My Spirit Walker didn't see half of that. So like my Spirit Walker, I would say maybe I spent 50 to 80D on it. And this is like week 1, week 2 divines. Maybe it's going to be more now if you have to convert the value. My Wyvern saw closer to maybe 150, 200 D spent. Maybe, if even. The amulet was definitely 100. So that's not entirely true. The amulet was a lot of investment. This is the same amulet I'm using for this build, by the way. So, but this was 80 something div at the time. So I would say that build is probably closer to 300. Because aside the amulet, I don't think I really splurged on anything insane on that setup, but I could recheck it just to be sure. PoE Ninja. Characters. Monka. You were cheap. You were honestly cheap. You were supposed to be the next more expensive thing, but I never got around to actually getting it to be expensive because this, I crafted this myself. I bought a bunch of bases, exceptional bases, I perfect trans, perfect aug, and I got pretty lucky on getting the +4. It doesn't have spirits. It could be way better. Even the presence AoE is really low because I didn't really spend as much as I would have liked on it. So this could have been way better. So this one was fine. Nothing here was expensive. This was cheap. Everything else here was probably sub like 5ish D. Def sub 10D. Then you were magnificent waste of money. So I'm not going to count the belt. The belt was a waste of money that I really didn't need. I was supposed to need it. Then I spent like 100D going for, well, I spent like closer to like 30, 40D going for a modifier that couldn't roll. And then I was pissed. Actually, I spent like close to 50D. Going for a modifier that didn't exist, so I was pissed. Then I switched to going for a modifier that did exist, and it pissed me off that I had gotten this modifier like 3 times on the way to the modifier that didn't exist, and I had to now re-roll it. So at the end of the day, I spent like 100D on this, and the real value of this is probably closer to 40, maybe 50. Like, you know, like it's like all of that mods except the 2 that I went for are ass. Every single one except maybe armor, but like mana, charm effect, duration, flash charges game, who the fuck cares? All ass. So not an expensive belt. And it's very removable. Archon of Undead feels really nice, but removable. So yeah, I would say the most expensive, this was like 10D, actually like 8, but the most expensive things here are was like the amulets, the scepter, which I would probably put at like 30 divines for its time, maybe 20, 30 I would say. The rings are nothing crazy, sub 10D. I think they're like probably closer to 5 ish. I don't fully remember, but like I would say 5-ish. Helmet again, nothing crazy. So like I said, honestly not bad. And then the jewels, I think I spent like 1/5, like 100-ish divines on the jewels to get all 3 of them. 100 to 150. I think I would say closer to 150. I don't know, it's probably closer to 100, but I'll say 150. So overall 400 divines, it should be to cover everything I just said and have a lot of change. And then this my current build by itself is like 1,000 divines, like my RF build. Way more money spent for less performance, I would say, but it's been fun. It was pretty interesting seeing how well it could perform. Oh yeah, I do have these two, which is like an easy ATD. I just haven't clicked yet. I kind of forget I have these two, but I'm also not in a rush to not have them. So here's that. We have another citadel here and another hall here. Oh, I don't have this hall. Halls, and I think pretty sure this is for matriarch halls. Let me confirm. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 halls. Yeah, that's my matriarch hall sign. And then this is of course 8 halls, but this is a patriarch hall, so we use the other diamond. So we currently have 8 halls. These are not citadels, by the way. These are not citadels. These are just halls. Copper, iron, stone. I have at least one of every citadel on my map. At this point, I'm probably going to forget where some are, so that's why I'm just trying to take my time to label them. But we're going to fill up on bookmarks before we mark everything, I feel. Stone. And if that is the case, I mean, every single citadel now is over a divine to divines iron in cost, so like the fragments themselves. So there is no wasted, there is none that I shouldn't be marking. Game is frozen. Or is it just the map? What is going on here? Earth to PoE. My PC is fine. The fuck is going on, PoE? Alright, I'm just gonna close you. I had to bookmark so many things. The game just say, yeah, we're done. We are done. I need to also make sure all the citadels that are not directly on my screen, I actually go to do them. I think I might also just, because I'm not like the most confident in my RF character to one portal them, which I think is ideal if you're going to do them. I might switch to my wyvern. Like, I think my RF can one portal because we don't die that often. Like, we die like once or twice a day, or if a full like 3-hour stream session, we'll probably die like 2 times, 3 times. So we don't die often. but compared to my 0 times a day wyvern, it's exponentially more risky. But I think I honestly just send it, and at least for the citadels first. So I do realize that some of those citadels I marked are not actively connected to my path, so I can't just blitz through all of them real quick. But while this loading is happening, let me talk a bit about this next build we're going to be going. This is going to be my first Smith of Kitava, I think. Yeah, I haven't done a Smith of Kitava before. I've done a Titan, but that was my only experience doing Warrior. We're going for a Smith of Kitava to build around Living Weapon or Manifest Weapon. We're going to be strength stacking because Manifest Weapon has 1% increased damage per one of your strengths. So the more strength I have, the more increased damage it gets. This POB has 1245 strength, which means the living weapon has 1245% increased damage just from strength. To pair with this, I've opted to go for Brutus's Lead Sprinkler. Now, Brutus's Lead Sprinkler is going to be my source of flat damage per 25 strength, which is, if I can get to 2500, would be a shit ton of flat fire. I just don't know that what's what I'm looking for here. I don't know that I can get to those levels of strength. I actually don't think I can. There are some ninja profiles I saw that gets pretty high up there. This is a good example of one. This guy gets to 2500, and I would really like to know how. He goes voices, so like that is a dead giveaway that, you know, we are not playing the same game. But, and I also see he has an Against the Darkness that is probably also very good. It is 4% increased strength for notables in radius, so that's a pretty decent amount of increased strength just from that. He also pairs it with a from nothing around somewhere that can get more. So I guess if I wanted to replicate something like this, all these sockets are actually quite ass, can I just say, for minions. I think that has always been my biggest pet peeve with minions in general. We don't have anywhere near the witch, or it feels like we're foregone conclusion or something. Like they didn't think about us when they designed the tree. There is not a single radius, very large radius, that has multiple nodes that minion characters want. The best is like this one, and you only care about like 1, maybe 2. Like I can see myself maybe building around this one. What'd you say?
I was asking, unless you have Barrage though.
Yeah, like no, but Varasha has extra size. That's why I said very large. There's no very large. I would say Varasha is very, very large. You know, it's a size up.
I would say she's average size.
Lol, that's what she said, right?
Sure.
What is this? Okay, I don't have to deal with this today. What was I saying? If you look here, this is like the only range that has something, which is like Right Hand of Darkness. This one has literally nothing. There is not a single minion notable here, unless you want to count faster start of ES recharge and mana recovery, which we don't care about. There is nothing in this radius here. In this radius, we don't have anything, right? It's just ES stuff. Yeah, there's nothing in this radius for minions. But this one, also nothing. We can go some regen. We can't even do aura magnitude because the notable here is your aura buffs do not affect allies, like bruh. guess I use this one, and maybe this one can. Yeah, it is in the radius of very large, so this one would be here, and I guess that counts for something. But like, this is not really, this is not a minion notable. It's just something I can use on minions. This is the real minion notable in the region that actually does fall in there. So like this. There's really nothing else that we care for. Yeah, there's literally nothing else. There is the shape-shifting one, but that's if you're shape-shifting and I'm not shape-shifting, so that is for a niche minion setup. So yeah, I would say there really isn't every single, it seems like every single jewel sockets in that radius, they intentionally try to pick out certain mods that should be there, which is what I'd imagine is part of the balance. Then they would just forget minion stuff. It's just like, yeah, minions don't exist, so like, you know, yeah, figment of your imagination. The one thing I will say, I just realized I forgot, is this radius does have Puppet Master, so at least there's that for Farashta specifically. There is Puppet Master in this radius, so at least there's that. What'd you say?
Are you using Alder Saga?
Am I using Alder Saga?
I used one.
Oh, good luck. Did you find a good spot for it, or did you just force it?
I found a decent spot, like 3 to 4.
Yeah.
I didn't roll like the greatest mods on it, but I think I have at least 1-5.
Do you do anything intentionally to roll better mods, or is it just?
No, it's RNG thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Like 5 mods I can put.
Okay. This would probably be the best area for me as a minion player, because then I can pair it with the same From Nothing for Elemental Equilibrium. Pick up AoE here, pick up regen here. This would make me want to use Arcane Surge, I guess, which I could technically try to use. I would also force the enemies have reduced life regen, even though I don't care for it, but it's increased strength. I'll just say fuck it and use it anyways. But other than those 3 notables, is there anything else I care for? Effect of Arcane Surge, I will use that if I'm using this guy. But there is no shortcut to getting this because it would be in the same region for this one. So there is that, I guess. There is that. I guess there's a universe where I also just straight up pick some notables just because it's in the radius.
And I want a Vision of Paradise, right? For them?
For what? You want Visions of Paradise for more of the Fallen Skies?
Oh, you only use that for more, you didn't use it for...
I don't think you can use it. Like, if you... I don't think you can? For which map?
Doesn't it just work in all logbooks? Well, I just figured on the maps that it had got the good Alder Saga mod.
You could. I don't know how. I don't know how you roll those maps, so I can't speak to if you do or don't, I guess.
Okay.
I didn't look into Alder Saga, so no idea. So yeah, I guess I could do this for what, 12% increased strength. It'd be a lot of investment for it because it'd be 2 jewel sockets that could go for increased strength, minion damage, minion crits, minion crit damage, minion crits chance, stuff like that. So there's that. But it's still more increased strength because it's 1, 2, 3. Technically. Nah, wouldn't do that. I don't think. I don't think it's efficient enough. I think I'd want more value if I'm investing that much. Arcane Surge effect is probably a good idea if I'm choosing to do this. So maybe it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe. But like that's about it. I'm not going Puppet Master. There's no AoE. Like even if there was like generic AoE here, I would have picked it for myself just because we have some explode and stuff like that, but we don't actually even have AoE here. And we don't use ES, so this is really not that great. If the goal is to just have notables, though, this would probably be the best region, simply because around Zealot's Oath there'd be a lot to pick up that I wouldn't necessarily use. But even though I wouldn't necessarily use it, doesn't mean 4% increased strength isn't great. So let's see where his strength comes from. Obviously a lot. Iron Grasp chest piece going for 60 flats. Cool. Breach ring 56 from one mod. That would also be a pretty sizable upgrade for me if I were to choose to do that. 56 flats from the rings, and I think he actually went 70% quality on the ring if I remember correctly. It's really high budget, this setup. It doesn't show it there. Ninja, yeah, 70%, which is insane. So that's an insane ring right there. Then we have stuff like the shield. The shield has strength. I'm using a scepter that can't really have that. The shield is 3 sockets, so that's an exceptional shield that got corrupted into a 3rd socket slot. I think this is going to be, and then the amulet is also really high. It's 14% increased strength, flash strength, all attributes, all with attributes quality, of course. 40%, if I remember correctly. 40%, right? Yeah, 40%. All this to say, this is a very, very high budget build. I think every single item has 2 sockets, except those that should have 1 but have 3, because why not? Even the Brutus Lead Sprinkler has 3, and to get a 3-socketed Brutus Lead Sprinkler, you need to exceptional corrupt into 3 sockets. So that is not free. I don't know. I don't think there's a single one on trade, actually, now that I think about it, because I feel like I checked and there wasn't. Brutus's Lead Sprinkler. This was the base non-corrupted I was looking for, but we'll use this. I was also going for the Runeforge version because the Runeforge version comes with flat fire instead of flat fizz. But I guess that's not what they did. They went for the flat fizz. I would rather have the flat fire from the Runeforge version. I guess that does make it easier if I go for 3 sockets. $125 yeah, okay, so it is there. It's just not there for the Runeforge Brutus. Oh, it is. It's just 220. But yeah, I guess it is there for 220. You'll be able to get more strength in here, and the reason why this would be big is because if you have strength in here, then you double dip because the minion gets the stats on the weapon. So because they get the strength, they get the one you give them, and then they get theirs. So it'd be nice to have the 2 extra sockets for 30 extra strength, so they get 60 instead of my 30, just a little bit of extra. But I don't think it's 220D worth. And then of course there's the tree, where the tree itself is built like a high budget tree, so it literally doesn't touch anything that isn't a jewel socket unless it's very important. Oh, defend with 20% of armor against crits and 15 strength as well. Huh. You know, that was a node, something that should definitely be taken. But yeah, if you compare this to my tree that is more designed around actually having certain things like critical weakness from here. It has critical weakness, it has like rage scaling, it has some regen from here. I could honestly cut out this regen, but it has rage going to my minions, things like I generally would say I wouldn't want to pass up. I can maybe fit in an extra jewel socket. Like it shouldn't, it's just 5 points. Honestly, the same 5 points I use here can get me the extra jewel socket. So it technically can. Technically. You know, it actually isn't too big of a deal. Do I want to though? It'd be extra in the way of costs. I'd much rather have the regen. Oh, I think I'd much rather have the regen. I also haven't decided on if I want any of the hidden anoints yet. Quality on manifest weapon is attack speed, so there is a universe where I want to give it quality from generic sources. I just don't think it is worth an annoyance to go for 5% attack speed. I don't think that's worth it. I might go for thaumaturgical dynamism because that would allow me to get a bit of extra armor from eating endurance charges, because I do have a fair amount of red gems here, because I think manifest doesn't count because it doesn't have anything. But I do use Infernal Cry, War Banner. I also don't remember if it takes into account support gems. I feel like it didn't. Between Infernal Cry, War Banner, I could potentially also go for what's the last one I was going for? Molten Blasts as a flex option. I don't know, we'll see, but that's something I could consider. I just don't know that my armor scaling is enough that I would want to do that, is the only problem. Like genuinely, I don't think my armor scaling is so much that I would say, yeah, let's get more armor. More armor would obviously be nice, and we can't get a lot on the tree, which is the real problem. We have 15% increase, 25% increase defenses, period. It's not a lot of increased. Can't afford to get more increased. I thought there was an ancient augment that gave you armor per strength or something, but there isn't. Because I looked through today and I didn't see that. This person I think went ES scaling, so all their strength is going to increase ES with the Kalguran sockets. Heroic Tragedy. Yeah, Against the Darkness is definitely something I should consider. Because I can get strength and I can potentially get spirits, and those two would scale really well together. What else can I go to get on Against the Darkness? That reminds me. I was in the middle of doing things here before my game crashed. I guess it's also live, but they don't care for it. Spirit is probably the better next choice. Wait, how does he have 4% when he says strength gets to 3%? Is it quality? I assume he 20%ed the attributes, so that would be 3 times 1.2. That shouldn't be enough. Unless it rounds up, which I don't think it does. That's 3.6. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. I don't know. Possible. But yeah, increased strength. Then pick up like fire res. Maybe that's the version that doesn't use mage blood. Uses this to cap res. Can't scale max res because I don't have the ascendancy. Like I said, spirits, increased strength, probably the best combo. How much is that looking like? Notable increased strength. Notable spirits. $100D. So it's not nothing. You know, it's expensive, but it's doable as well. Especially seeing as if I were to put it here, if I were to make space to have it go all the way here. I think I'm going to take away the rate scaling, low key, high key. We'll see. I think I'll take away the rate scaling. All right, where were we in the marking? We'd gotten all of these. I can see some citadels here I have actually completed. So I think we should have most of the ones that we've been meaning to make sure we do. That at least not in Fog of War, that is. Yeah, most of everything else is in Fog of War. All right. Let's do some citadel, shall we? Starting with, I would think I want to start with like stone, but I could do iron because I'm right beside an iron right here. We need a decent waystone drop chance. B, we need these guys with increased quantity of waystones. So we either do Dorianis or we do Jado. I think I go for Dorianis just in case for the extra revive. And then once we have a bit more confidence in our Citadel taking power, we can consider going for Jado. You know, I think I just realized why it feels like every single what do you call it? Every single map that every single Citadel there's a Delirium mirror. I think it's because of the simple fact that without going Temple Tablets, I literally have zero chance of seeing it. So the moment I take it off, not that anything is possible.
Pain is the great
It's just like, yeah, I will notice it because I've not seen it in so long, and it's very jarring to see it after this long. That being said, it could literally be any other mechanic. It doesn't have to be Delhi, so why is he always Delhi? But I guess how many other mechanics are there? Because there are going to be 3 other mechanics that it's going to throw in. Maybe 4 because it's a Citadel. And how many mechanics are there really? There's Temple, Ritual, Delhi, Expedibus, and this one has Breach as well. This has Breach, Delhi, and Beacon. Now, I'll tell you, I always see Delhi, and I also always see, not that I'm complaining, I always see Temple.
Ooh, shiny.
Orbs of ruin. Oh,
What the hell? My mouse was definitely not pointing top left, I can tell you that much.
frozen stick.
All in a day's work.
But that's a magnificent waste of crows. Or ravens, I guess. But I will guess. Oh, the workers aren't here, so no, I will not get more.
You cannot stop us. We will take the power that we deserve.
You can bloody well try.
First one's ire. You'll pay with your life.
See Shroudwalker. I just killed the motherfucker with it.
07.
I smell your blood.
Yeah, you're gonna die. Alright, that was pretty straightforward. Honestly, wasn't even threatening. Ooh, 3 fragments. Let's repeat this on Popeye, shall we?
Shroudwalker!
Why are you panicking like you didn't expect the Shroudwalker? Like you can't dodge it. You have to.
This is just like, yo, there are 30 explosives on the floor. Thoughts?
Yeah, you eat it. If you can't, skill diff. Get good. You know how when we were kids we didn't get much of a choice. Whatever what was made for dinner is what you're gonna eat. Yeah, same difference. It's like they made ground effects for you to eat, and you shall eat it. All right. Get good.
Holy shit.
A part of me is so curious what Palm of the Dreamer would feel like on RF. Too bad it's not possible.
Oh yeah.
One day.
Well,
Who's next?
It's not possible.
Jin.
Can't use it.
Oh, Jin says you can use a focus.
Yeah.
I need your library.
Because if she allowed us to use any offhand, then that would be the de facto best, because that would mean even at 50% effectiveness, that's still +2 instead of +1, which is matching Gemling in terms of plus levels, but then you get the other modifiers as well. So, and that's for a rare scepter. But it would have been quite the feeling to just Lich has an effect like that, but then you just lose so much power from the RF itself. All right, one Citadel done. Where are the others? Let's just get to killing. There's another iron we could do. We aren't right beside it, so we actually do need to clear one extra map. Is there anyone that we have direct access to? We have access to stone. Stone. Stone is also not great, but it's also not bad. So we're going to use another 120. Be a 115.
Yeah, what's going on? Every monster in this map is a rogue exile, but they're rogue exiles or rogue exile like with uniques on and with rogue exile voice lines, but they're actually just map bosses. Is it a bug?
It's Temple.
Oh, is that what Temple does?
I don't know if it's making them rogue exile with voice lines, but it will give them. It can give them items, I think. Like you can see items on
Probably
bosses.
there is a Temple on the map, but
So they're not corrupted.
honestly, I couldn't tell they died too quick. It was just jarring to be seeing like Blackjaw talk like a human being.
Blackjaw talks.
Yeah, but like a girl.
Lol. Actually, it wasn't just an off-screen rogue exile or something.
No, it happened like actually 3 times. So I thought it was bugged.
Weird.
It's like a weird. I've never seen that happen before.
Oh look, that mob just experienced your Shroudwalker pain, or it entered.
Like going to my juiciest map.
It entered my range and then just disappeared from where I was targeting. So I guess in this case it's getting benefits. Ooh.
Rage.
Look.
This will be good. Everything is at least 5 in this one.
Oh, that's your outdoors map? Or one of them?
This one. At least 5, because it goes 5, 6, 7.
This is the point where I say 6, 7.
Yeah. At least 5 is still like a lot of shit that could not be good though. So I
Yeah.
can get so far.
Oh, is this a 5?
At least 5 map, yeah.
Do you, can you see before you go into the map?
Yeah, it's on the top. It's like on the map, like
Do you have any better than, like, do you have any ones that are better than that?
I had one that's 1 is going to be 7. So you either get they're all at least, or 1 is going to be.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you. That's a big one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So I guess if you,
There.
I'm guessing if you get all 7, you definitely want to repeat the map.
I think that map's worth repeating because you could literally drop like
Yeah, you want to repeat
realistically.
the one that's all is 7, or do you mean like guaranteed 1? I don't know that the guaranteed 1. Oh, that's a lot of damage. What the fuck?
I would repeat it.
But just the 1?
No, not just the 1. Like the all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the all is worth repeating. But I don't know that the others are. At least 6 mites you can consider. Maybe you can probably consider it just because you will. Oh, and for if you all is 7, I think that one you aggressively reroll. Because the rerolls respect the at least Fireback or something like that.
Nice. Simple enough.
All right, Doriani, let's go.
So,
At the eve of the end.
the demon of Vanzoatl has finally come for me.
The purity boy's done.
Survival
Why?
Like the fucking
requires
league
brutal choices.
with the wealth transfer.
Lol. Ooh, what is that damage? Dory, do you want to
Don't
space?
say DOR word so soon.
Inevitable.
PTSD.
What's that?
I mean, like, you're
Like,
saying Doro.
oh, Lumao.
Ignition.
Mine is Doro pilled. Doesn't want to admit it.
I can't give up.
They're finally phasing.
My people. I will burn you alive. Existence is merely energy. Now you're within my grasp.
And now you die. I expect you to die.
For every contingency.
This one took a while. Why did it take so long?
He quits. I know it's time for me to
Ooh.
quit.
3 fragments. Why is that?
What whatever he's giving me means I'm quitting soon. Yo, don't. Holy fuck.
So I guess you're getting your fork soon.
Yeah, so the thing with the fork is like it actually is pretty much the same setup. So I just dropped the rite of passage. What the fuck?
Holy, which one? Yeah, is the
I
ID?
can't check. I'll die. It's like
Oh,
so low.
okay. So we have 5 weathered and 5 ancients. Now we just need some more of the expensive ones because I sold all the expensive ones already. So
Put it back. I'm not doing.
stone remove. Is there any other ones that are right by us? Papa is like 1 away. This one is within killing range. But then we have to find another waystone. Do we? No, we don't. We don't because that don't work for it. So yeah, this one I can just run. Do I don't need to get...
I die. Someone's gonna have to come in here and pick this up. So that's why I'm just not gonna go pick it up. It's fine.
Well,
Cut!
you just get 1 shot?
Cut!
Oh.
Arcane misery!
Sorry, I didn't mean to scream.
I think at this point, chat is probably getting used to it.
No, I don't scream often.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what they all say, but then I just realized that gives us serial killer vibes.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. That was a self-report right there.
Holy. Oh, it's this chick. Where are you going?
The mists.
I am not following you
Most
backwards, by
expensive
G.
one, by the way.
You got the most expensive rite of passage?
It's expensive.
The cats, I think?
250, bro. Yes.
Oh,
That's why I was
the-
screaming cats.
I thought you
That's my
meant your
responding
wife.
to that, by the way. So she failed the check. She failed the check there.
Was she not supposed to? Oh my god, I just realized something. I think that might be a divine shrine, and there are fucking porcupine crabs in front of it. I was like, why is nothing dying?
Sting a little.
Give me that. Some bullshit right there. It's after like the second time I almost died. I'm like, yo, what, these guys aren't tanky. What the fuck? Then I clocked that there was a shrine behind them.
Yo!
Why are you not taking damage? Oh, I think that's the bug you experienced where the Rogue Exile still had Divine Shrine even though they didn't have Divine Shrine.
Yeah. I just walked away. He was immortal.
Yeah.
They haven't fixed that. That was not reported.
I mean, I'm just experiencing it now, so.
May I have this dance?
Yo. It's probably the juiciest expedition I've done in a while. And I've already made 250D, so if I die in this map, fuck it.
Lol. Mm,
Too. I just Shrine Scepter. Totally.
I'll come back for this expedition, I think. Let's just focus on getting our Copper Citadel done.
I got a. So in one map I got that and that. And 2 raw div.
In one map, you go what now?
The Shrine Scepter.
Oh
Guiding
wait,
Palm, Shrine Scepter.
never mind. This is that map where once you're done, you can't leave the boss room. I just remembered.
That's still a thing?
Yeah. You thought they were out here just fixing it?
All in a day's work.
The thing I remember before I actually went to fight the boss.
Oh, I saw that in Mage Blood. That's enough.
So are you sold on your headhunter?
I mean, it's an insane amount of damage. So I can tell the damage. Like, I took off all the guardrails I've been playing with to make it easier,
Mm-hmm.
and I can still tell the amount of damage I'm doing is insane. Does it suck when I get pulled in? Yeah, and I'm just gonna kill me, and I'm just gonna accept it. I was already dying some maps. I'm just gonna die some other maps. I guess it is what it is.
Does this guy plan on dying anytime soon? Like, is he tired of spawning mobs, or he just doesn't get tired of spawning mobs? Finally. All right, let's do this.
Another notch on me helmet.
Holy. Ooh, greater chaos.
Simple enough.
I'm very surprised I did not drop a logbook here.
Been an excavator.
Rot.
Bro, I have a cat. I'm actually tempted to not even sell.
I mean, you're free to use it for a bit. Does it drop ID?
Yes. Well, I dropped it from a box.
Hmm.
Back for
1,
more,
2,
eh?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rune page.
Finished.
Good luck.
Edge. Let's just say we're printing annulment, I guess.
What are you doing?
That was a quick phase one.
Nothing matters now but the beast. Go!
All right, Jamara, let's go.
I don't have time for this. Sands, bend to my will. Impede my enemies. Endless hate. Die. Foolish Sekima.
Only two. Unfortunate, but we'll take it. How much are they going for right now? 8 divines. Holy. If they put a checkpoint in this arena, would that fix it? I feel like it would, because this is where we came from. But I don't see the checkpoints I previously had there, so maybe it wouldn't. I don't know.
No clue.
Oh, well.
Printing, man. No printing. Hey, Nick, what's up?
No, nothing.
What up?
Hey, yo.
Sad, man.
All right, that's one copper done. So we can remove that. We still have 3 citadels and a whole bunch of halls, but we're not going to be doing those guys, I don't think. For now, what am I going to be doing? Probably clear this one, so I actually have the node next to it unlocked. Then clear this one, so I have the node next to this one unlocked. Maybe go clear this one. Same difference. This one actually has a few steps before, so we'll have to decide. I don't have this saved. Iron. All right, let's do this. We'll clear the penitentiary and just start clearing all the one maps, on the one map differences.
Only Fubgun's starting a new character, HCSSF, and he might be playing Tame Beast.
Holy. Why would you team beast HCS for loyalty?
It's really tanky
I
for
guess-
loyalty, yeah. I mean, you can be.
I guess it's easy-
Pretty much didn't die until very late in the league.
You would have to essentially start farming ritual early on, so you can get your scepter, Sylvan's effigy,
Another notch on me hole.
because it's from
Oh
Budak.
yeah.
But I guess
But also
because
the damage it sustains,
it's
you can actually boss, right? Because HCSSF, the fear would actually be a lot of bossing.
Yeah. Oh, isn't like minion just? I feel like that might be an adjustment for fob in terms
Maybe.
of clear speed.
I think he's a gamer, to be honest. I don't think that shit changes that much in terms of his experience. Truthfully. It'll take him a sec, but
Yeah, I'm not saying he can't do it. He can. It'll just be an adjustment period. Because he's going from a build that was temporalis, blinking, blowing up enemies to monkey spin into slam. Ooh. So at least that was the last fob build I saw. So it'll probably still be fun. I think because it's HCSSF, it won't be as jarring
yeah, it's kinda what I
because
think too.
you're already going slower because of the fact that it's HC. So but yeah, that the first click onto shore onto into the first zone going from temporalis has to be something.
Well, that's one down.
Probably. It was I've noticed a lot of streamers doing it this league. I've just been kind of interesting, fun watching. I've been watching Gazi while working, and you know how I feel about Gazi.
Okay. Watching streamers do what exactly? Like new characters?
HCSSF.
Oh, is he doing
Specifically
HCSSF?
Blasters. Not Gazi. Gazi's doing. I think Gazi's planning a big video.
Okay.
Big video on like the change to all the farming strats, because I think he's literally doing every farming strat and trying to push it as much as possible, as far as I understand.
Okay.
Holy shit.
I need to make sure once I'm switching characters, I need to do the tempo of this character till it's empty.
No.
This path leads only to sorrow.
No.
Fuck is this? Oh,
Oh my god. Oh, what a shot.
what just happened? You guys playing Division already?
You're scaring me. Stop. Don't do that. I'm literally fighting for my life as you say that.
Sorry, I'm watching the soccer game.
Jesus Christ. Scared the fuck out of me when he said that.
I have my mic away from me. Sorry.
I thought you guys already switched to Division, and so I was like, oh, what's happening? Like, you guys are both freaking out at the same time.
Playing Division today.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just vibing.
All right, we're done with all the Val tempos. Now we just need the boss.
Easy. Bag of bones. Time to bust this thing open.
I mean, you can't do that.
I don't think I'm gonna follow that wisp. Actually, that might be the way to the boss. Never mind.
BRB.
Aye.
No escape. Not this time.
I misclicked directions, but it didn't matter. I think this map had something about Asmiri wolves or Asmiri spirits, which is why I'm just following this one.
All in a day's work.
I am not following MIG. That is not happening. Give me a second. All right, I am back. So that is the path to copper. We have 2 more till Patriarch Halls. And we are going to finish this set of temple tablets. Now for the next build, the one I was looking at, I think realistically, I just might have to what's what I'm looking for here. I think realistically I might start leveling it tomorrow. because I'm working late this week, I don't know if I'm streaming any particular day. I actually might not stream tomorrow, depending on how it all pans out. So until I would say next week, stream is going to be touch and go.
Next.
But I will, on days that I do end up, I guess, on days I end up streaming, I might post on the Discord. But I think the safest expectation is most days I'm not going to stream this week. Next week though, we have TLI reveal next week, and I do want to stream once I get my Smith out of campaign and actually using, what do you call it, and actually using the skill in question. Manifest weapon. You take too long to drop loot, my guy. Okay, that was kind of loud. Just deafening for a bit.
One down. Who's next?
Once I start leveling the next character, I need to start liquidating this character, because I do need to buy Mage Blood. Oh yeah, I actually didn't finish walking through the thought process behind the next build, but TLDR is Manifest Weapons with Brutus's Lead Sprinkler. That should give me, that is the core of the damage portion, so it's going to give, I'm going to get 1%. Ooh, that is not a lot of ES to be sitting on. Cool. Problem solved. So strength is going to give 1% increase damage courtesy. That's just what Manifest Weapon does. And my internet cuts out mid explanation, so perfect timing, I guess. And it looks like it is supposed to be back. I don't know if it actually is. Anyways, what was I saying about the build? It's going to be Manifest Weapon using Brutus's Lead Sprinkler for flat fire damage. And it's going to be getting increased damage from strength as well, so it's going to really feel like a strength stacker. Just spawning into your slam is a choice, but I'm used to it, I guess, to a degree.
You sensed it too, did you? There it is. Let's move.
This land.
No backing down.
All right. I think once I am done with my current set of temple maps, that is when I will actually start leveling my next character. I think that's a decent natural endpoint. Anywho, he'll be open sesame. So strength stacking gives a bunch of increased damage and a bunch of flat damage. Now in the ideal universe, I would be able to reduce the strength requirements per min and max fire, but I can't. So it's going to need for every 25 strength, we get some bonus or the other. Or we get some flat damage, and then for every strength, we get an increased damage. Now, on top of this, my biggest concern was, I mean, of course, single target damage is a concern, but I think it should be fine-ish with this investment, like getting to 1k plus strength. I think it should be fine on the damage portion. I don't know how good single target will be, but for the most part, seems fine. If I'm looking at just this number, it's not the greatest, but minions deal 30% more attack damage. It doesn't have all the multipliers we are going to have, because this is, for example, this is rage, not any rage stacking, specifically minion getting to 30 rage. Minion at 30 rage. This is blindside. Player rage. Minions have 48 is 9 times 2, 18. Minions have 18% increased attack speed. This puts us at 172 with 7k. Why is ignite damage so pitiful? What the fuck? I guess with this one, ignite might be a bit better, but like ignite is so bad if you don't skill. It's so bad. I guess they don't have chance to ignite. So if I were to do this, no, ignite damage is just bad for reasons. I don't think I'm using anything that should be actively reducing there's nothing here that should be actively reducing ignite damage, so what else do I know that's not applying? Upwelling isn't, so I guess I could do that as well. But I don't even know if upwelling is always going to be there. Intimidate is not there because I haven't done our declaration, which is another source of damage. Banner isn't affecting that, I don't think. Yeah, banner isn't. This has 25% more attack damage. So either way, all of this to say this by itself should be more than the theoretical DPS of Ravenflux single target at least. So we have that going for us. That being said, I don't know if this was not even remotely accurate, and I didn't bother trying to even config it besides just having 15 wither. That was about it. And Miss Raven, of course. I don't think there's anything else here that's configured. There's nothing else here that's configured. So it's just the default. This is the dot DPS 242k. I don't remember why this DPS is different from this one. It's damage wise. Why does this one look so bad? What is happening here? Let me see. Let me look here. So where does it get 97k from? That is my question. Now it's 240. Wait, hold up. How does that make sense? So if I turn off, this isn't updating in real time. Okay. For reasons, of course. I don't know what these reasons are, but it's not updating in real time. I don't get it. I guess what I should do in theory is also do that. Oh my god. That is way better than I thought it was. What kind of bug is this? I've been going off of this number and the number hasn't been the most encouraging, so I'm just like, oh, okay. This is way better, and this is still not fully configured, of course, but this is way better than what I was expecting. The slam itself is... I can't check the slam specifically. No, I can. Average damage is 200k for the slam. 110. Hit DPS is 466. Whereas again, the slam is 200k with 50k ignite. Okay, so the ignite is still ass, but like, you know, slightly less ass than I was expecting. This is actually decent for the investment then. I don't know how good DPS on POB for POB2 is, considering there's still a lot that isn't being accounted for. Off the top of my head, upwelling is still not accounted for. Hard declaration should be now, but I will not be having that hard declaration early on, that's for sure. That is not going to happen. Is early armament the best gem that we can have is the next question, but I don't think this POB does a good job in filtering by DPS. POB 1 does, POB 2 not really. Super crit is okay, so it's worse. Okay. Fire achievement is high up there as well. What if what I decided to do is okay, so at this point we take off blindside because now it's working. So what I noticed last night for blindside not working was just the bug of things not updating in real time. Cool. The blindside is working, I think. Oh, I was looking at the wrong skill there. This is the blindside skill. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Cool. I'm glad that the blind side is working in any case. 14, 70 increased damage. Mm. 4 attacks a second. Pretty good. This is not good. What is not good? Holy, he gave you... Holy, what the fuck? Lol. That is insane. GG, I guess. You know, I hope you know the moment you wear any of this, the moment you equip anything from this, your season is done. Genuinely. You're not about to click Temporalis and click anything else. So just keep that in mind as you go about your Temporalis day. Also, selling it is the same, is going to be the same because like this is a 2-second Temporalis, which is, you know, max roll. I can't check it, but yeah, four mirrors, it looks like. Jesus, that's so expensive. And of course, let's not forget the 6 sockets, 3k divine stars, rune seeker's call. This is like 9k divines in just these two. Then you have cooldown recovery rates. It is the socket or the 3 sockets rat pith. So are you going to roll a new build with these pieces? Send off your season with a pretty good last hurrah. Then just kill time till TLI next. TLI is in 2 weeks. For some reason, when I think TLI, I think next week. But it's next, because that's when the reveal is, but it's next 2 weeks. Some of it back in standards are not selling. Okay, then that makes sense. I mean, in any case, so you build around it and enjoy. Going for military 07, what do you mean? Oh, he's going. So what, he's going to miss future seasons or what? Give me about 5 minutes. I have some work I need to do real quick, but I am still here. It's awesome. What is the items or like did you just slap them on and start using them? Or did you just swap out your fork? Swap out the fork rather. Your league is over. Give it a second. I will check the jewels you sent. All right. All right, let's see this. Increase effect of suffixes. Crits, spelled crits. So triple crit suffixes will increase effect, and then spell damage. And I assume it's the same things. Damage from mana. Crits mana regen. Mega regen while stationary, regen while moving. Reduce penalty, and then damage from mana before life, and then some int, as well as some triple crit again. So 2 triple crits, 2 double crits with an extra mod. Good luck. Okay, this is taking a bit of time. Not quite back yet, but making good progress. So why is this taking a while? Any moment now. I would just take that as being halfway done, but like that was weird. All right. Um should be like a few more minutes now. And then we can continue mapping. I kind of want to fill up my energy or my crystals for temple. Kind of before I quite end stream. So this is going to be the next. Oh wait, I said I was going to roll a new tablet, so let's do that. Temple, honestly, we just take 3 tablets. If we get any of the mods we want, we're going to put it to the side. And use that separately when we actually want to stack them up. Cool. Sand spit. I think this is the shark map that just goes straight. Has a lot of crabs. I think. That was quick. Yeah, it is.
Undead wretch!
I think there will come a time in like a few seasons when this skill will actually be very strong. But I think for now, I just don't think they've fleshed out dots enough, which is part of why I think it's on the weaker side. Because I think for the players ourselves, our dots aren't the most fleshed out just yet. And if the players dot scaling isn't the most fleshed out, then best believe minions are going to be very undercooked.
Easy.
One of the biggest evidence of this, if you really wanted to see, is just the simple fact that for RF, we don't really have enough support gems that can actually even support it. Like, I had to take off a gigantic from the tree just so I could socket it here if I wanted to just go 5 damage supports. And previously I had magnified area / Varana siege in there because AoE scaling nice, but because of the fact that, well, I guess the easiest way is to show, because of the fact that this is the AoE or scaling when you go increase, it's just more of this and no more like the already skilled circle. Yeah, it's not that efficient to actually go increase AoE. Probably better I'll just go in damage and walk in the extra inch genuinely. What is that slow? It's this ground. Vericium infused honey. That's a fucking thing. I have never seen that debuff before. The fuck? Okay. That took a while. Thank God I actually started rolling the map in that time. I feel like that shouldn't be that loud. Is it just me? So that takes care of this guy. This guy. Now we need to deal with you. And then there was one other person. One of that citadel, rather. Where is the last citadel? I think it was like iron or something. Yeah, it was you. This one needs to be run. Need to do one more thing. And then once this is done, I should be fine to complete the next few maps. Or I guess end stream whenever I want to end stream. All things considered, it was a relatively busy day at work this time, so we'll see how tomorrow goes. Tomorrow I'll probably just be leveling, so like there really isn't that big of a need to stream. At least there's that. I did just now get curious about something.
All in a day's work.
I'm kind of curious to see how much level scaling affects manifest weapon. I know there's a slight, very, very slight base damage boost you get with levels on manifest weapons, which is why you don't typically care about it. That is very far. What the fuck? And you guys are just bad. This is an expert that I guess wants to finish on what do you call it, on remnants. I need to go for the rerolls. I'm out of expedition rerolls.
Be safe.
So that's the electrocuting rune. Side eye. Ooh. This suddenly became good. This probably not so much. Would like to get around there. Honestly, it's better to get to the edge here. So I can then three big flags in that last one.
Too many eyes, too many legs. All in a day's work.
I was like, what happened to this one? I just need to clear that last guy, I think.
Ooh, shiny.
How are you still dropping shit? Oh. The tank dopamine. That was nice. Should have expected a tank, but still very unexpected.
Wings to me.
Holy, what the fuck?
Our gift to you. Your soul will join my steeple of death. Rend your soul. 10,000 spears. Rend your soul. Will grind you into dust.
Of all the times to fucking freeze, what the fuck? Jamara is the expensive fragment. Let me pick it up. What is going on here? I don't think I should be. I think I should still be alive. It's just kind of annoying. Any moment now, my guys. Any moment.
At your request.
right, let's go back in there. Yeah, instance is still there. Thankfully.
The spirits yearn.
I am here, my beloved.
Cut down. Rend your soul.
All right. That was nice. A very pleasant surprise. That was like what, 16D? A 16D surprise? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're not done here. I kind of forgot that node existed because I don't think I've had it happen since like League starts. Like it happened to me once before and that boss didn't drop any fragments. So I kind of just... And it hasn't happened since. I'm just like... I kind of just forgot. But I guess if I was doing more city zones, I would probably remember it existed. To be fair. What is this? How dare you make me come back for Amara scraps, literally. Oh? Surely a divine up here, right? Two divines. Sad. I will take Rune of the Chase though.
Easy.
Oh, you became very ass. Why am I getting overwhelmed with monsters? What the fuck? It's you. You're the reason. You're not dying. Oh, there's two of you. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Ooh.
This thing has some history.
I need to check how much this is going for. There's quite a few rares in this general direction.
Easy.
Surely at some point I'll hover on a heavy belt and it's actually going to be a headhunter or a leather belt, and it's everyone's favorite belt. Who is still alive? Oh, okay.
You and your bloody son.
All right. Time to retry this. Okay. This is going to take me some time to resolve. Let me see where I am on my map. Is there anything else I need to do on stream, or do I just end here? Let's see. I'm beside the Citadel. So there isn't. Wait, no, there is a Citadel here. So perfectly blended in. Yes, iron. So I don't forget it's there. So my plans for tomorrow include completing the 60 over 60 artillery crystals I have, fully running the temple, then leveling my next, then I'll start leveling my next character. I think I've seen, now that I've seen that there was a bug with the damage and the damage is this high, I'm more incentivized to actually giving it a shot, I think. I think I'm way more incentivized. Oh, and for Claire, in case, I mean, it wasn't obvious, but for Claire, what I plan on using is I plan on using Pound the Dreamer for the Gloom Shrine. So enemies like he'll just explode for a quarter of their life as chaos, paired with a Gravebind to make it so enemies in my presence count as being killed as me for that explode effect. I fully expect this to work, but it's going to be expensive getting Pound the Dreamer. So I think it's like 200D. So I think what I'm going to do is once I'm done with clearing my temple, that is when I'll start liquidating the things that I want to sell on this character. How much is Diala's currently, I wonder? $256. So, but I don't remember if it's slightly more. I think it's slightly more expensive than when I bought it. So slight profit there, I guess. Helmet is definitely going to be profitable. Among the things I bought, the least profitable things would include my jewels, which I don't even know how much they would go for. This honestly might go up in price for Dominion and Impending Doom. There is nothing, but Dominions are more expensive, so Dominion plus Impending Doom is already way more expensive. These Withered Magnitude gems are pretty high up there. How is, oh, this has two different Withered Magnitude. Wait. Are you telling me that there is a desecrated Withered Magnitude mod? Oh my god, there is. Is it enough to get, what is it, multiples of 20? No, it is not. So it isn't enough to hit the next breakpoint. Because baseline is 5%, so every 20% you get an extra. So if I had this across 3 spots, 1, 2, it's only 2 spots, so yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough. Cool. Okay, I feel less bad. All right, cool. But that's gonna be it for today. We'll be back maybe tomorrow. I'll keep you guys updated on Discord if I am streaming or if I'm not. If I'm not, just know that I will be praying I get an Arteries communion off stream, and potentially leveling a new character. Now, leveling a new character is the part of the is of course the part of the gameplay that's unideal, but like, what can we do? Honestly, I don't think I mind it as much. At series convenience are down to 390 something. They're dropping. Good thing I sold when I did. Anywho, guys, till next time, have a good night.